live! No,
live.
we're not live. The cameras are recording. What we could fake is live.
Yes.
But we do have one viewer. So, number 3,
What's number 3?
it's our talk number 3.
Ah, yes.
We also had made one in the auberge, so they are technically number 4.
We've done a few at the auberge.
Have we? On your channel?
Yeah.
So
We
you
got
did?
one about how we met.
Oh,
One
yeah.
about like threesomes and open relationships and dating. We just did another one about role play.
But those were 9 minutes type of thing.
Yeah.
We did one that was a 40-minute
live. It was alive.
podcast
Yeah.
format of sorts. So anyway, for anyone who would be, are you comfortable?
I am.
You can use my thing as a rest.
Okay.
Petruk is listening. So, for our viewers, our one viewer, we had a brainstorm yesterday,
Yes, we did.
and looks like we are gonna do more of these.
Well, we're going to film more content together.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why was, well, we're both, yesterday morning actually, I remember coming into your room and I was saying, maybe I should have 2 channels because now that I'm posting more food related stuff on my channel, Olives and Orgasms, it's obviously not picking up as much, and I know it's still the beginning, and I know that these things take time. And I was, reading and looking up all these videos about YouTube algorithms and, the organization of your content. And if you have too much content, the algorithm gets confused and it might not recommend your stuff as much, this, to your audience. Anyways, there's just an overwhelming amount of information on what to do and what not to do. And anyways, I was thinking maybe I should have 2 channels. One that's more sex related, and then another one that's food, travel, vlog stuff, because those are 2 different kinds of audiences, maybe. And then you somewhat agreed, and you were thinking of doing the same thing.
It's because I had my work entrepreneurship stuff, and then other things that I like, that I would like to talk about, like travel and sports and science and whatever. And I was looking at the website and the YouTube, and I could see that those weren't playing well together. But the main focus of my alone channel is entrepreneurship. It's like creating how-tos and guides and tutorial, how to basically do what we do. Create a business while you're traveling. And it's not even like, oh, I'm a guru and I have 15 years and I know everything. It's not that. It's just, I want to document the process. So if I fail, then we'll have a knowledge base to see why I failed, and then we can pivot. And I want to document the process. But then, like, how do you throw in some kite surfing blog in the middle of that? So I was thinking, like, separate that content would be a good idea. Well, then we had a little page in our bookie book that says Gab Ali.
Yes, we brainstormed that this summer to maybe do a project together, combine forces.
Yeah. And you were always, every time I brought up podcasts, you were like,
Well, I love listening to podcasts.
I don't want to talk about science.
No, I don't really want to talk about science.
But me
I'm
neither.
also
I just want to have fun.
When I think podcasts, I think of having guests and so on, and I'm not great, or I haven't developed the skills, nor do I even know if I want to put work in to develop those skills, to interview people and to talk to them. Like I'm more of a
You know what? I disagree.
one-sided conversation with the camera kind of thing. And
I disagree. I saw you host evenings for the last 2 years. And then you were feeding people were talking, everybody was having fun. Everybody says like, oh, you're a wonderful host, we had a wonderful time. That's like start a camera, that's a podcast. So I disagree with your assessment of your talent making people feel comfortable and talk about their life.
That's true, actually. One-on-one, I do have a talent where people tend to open up to me. I've had that said to me on many, many dates. I feel so comfortable with you.
Yeah.
It's one of my superpowers.
Sometimes I cry in bed. Oh,
It's getting late.
Yeah.
No, I would never do that. But one of the things for me too is in terms of the sex relationship content journey that I've been on with my channel has been quite roller coastery so far. So it's only been 6 months, which is crazy because I have a few videos which are doing really well. One is almost at 700,000 views, which is crazy. And I'm almost at 12,000 subscribers. Like, this is just, it's numbers that I wasn't expecting at all because you were always saying, it takes 10 years. Like, you can't give up. Just keep going. No one's watching. Just keep posting. Just keep filming. It doesn't matter. Just don't give up. But then, you know, the sex stuff kind of took off one day. And I was just talking about a lot of familiar experiences, so it was easy to talk about. And I still have loads of those to talk about. And then a whole other list of sex relationship-y related things that I wanted to cover. But I also learned that it's hard for me to organize myself with like the content research and get in the mindset of talking about a certain topic. So that might change with time, but for right now, I can't really schedule like, okay, next Tuesday, the video is going to be about, I don't know, anal pleasure with my boyfriend. And then next Tuesday comes along and I'm just like, oh, I don't fucking feel like talking about this today. Like, I don't feel that great. My energy's kind of low. I'd rather talk about, I don't know, something a little bit more vulnerable or emotional, whatever's going on in my life. But then, like, I don't know, I feel like there's a certain level of energy that I need to have all the time, and I don't have that yet. So it fluctuates a lot. And I felt a lot more comfortable sitting here with you, talking about certain things. It's more fun, it's more back and forth. We can
much more
vibe off
easy
each other.
talking to someone than to a camera. Like,
Ça dépend. I enjoy. You like talking to people more. I like interview styles on camera.
I want eyes and smiles
Sometimes
and feedback.
I just like to have the one-sided conversation. But I'm still learning how to express myself, and that's an ongoing journey. So I think with time, that'll get better. But for right now, that stuff is really hard for me to produce all the time. Whereas kitchen stuff is so easy because I'm cooking all the time anyways, and I love it. I'm passionate about it. I'm doing it every day. So I'm like, you know what? Let me take the stress away, put the sex pressure relationship things on the side. Let me just set up the camera in the kitchen and cook and chat with my audience one-sidedly and, you know, produce stuff that way and just practice basically and just put it out there. And that's what I've been doing. And then, you know, I was telling you that it's more fun right now to talk to you about the sex relationship stuff, and maybe we could do that more together.
Yeah.
And then it kind of pivoted to, what about Gab and Ali? Gab and Ali. This is from the summertime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is my, I will start a YouTube web project book. Started after last summer. And so yeah, and for me, that solves the where is the travel stuff, like everything gotta go. It's just you and me talking about whatever we want to.
And we
it's
travel
light.
most of the time together.
It's
anyway.
like...
It's the fun stuff.
Yeah, and
sometimes some serious stuff.
Yeah, whatever
I'm
we
sure
want to
I'll
talk
have
about.
days where I'm going to be in a mood or something, and I'm going to need to vent and have some comfort.
So I have emergency dogs that I can bring in for those days. And if they're not available, I just picture them next to us.
He makes me visualize the cute dogs and puppies.
Philomena is here.
No.
With her little tutu. What is tutu in English?
Tutu.
Tutu, yeah. Like.
I picture dogs with clothes on themselves.
So then, turns out, we're going to have 3 channels. I guess. My personal, your personal, one together. My personal channel will be about business, guides, tutorials, and stuff. So if people are watching and they are curious about the process of like how do we do what we do, like the technical process and the software that we use and everything, and the way that we manage the team, up over to my personal channel. This is gonna be about that. And then your channel will still be food and sex.
Food, travel,
Food,
sex, like
lifestyle.
lifestyle. I love
There
that
you go.
word.
And then together we can talk shit, you know?
Yeah.
Yay, perfect.
And then sometimes we'll be enjoying a meal that I made together.
I love it. I already like this is now it was hard this morning, set up all the cameras and the angles. It's getting easier because it's always the same angles and there's learning experience. But in 3 weeks we're gonna be back home and I can't wait to have a thing set up where you just like it's in our environment. So it's just like, should we film? Like we enjoy the meal and like if you're like, yeah, sure, whatever. Click, 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 click.
Or there's some chisme going around and we're
So
like,
chisme is a Spanish word for gossip, and
we love chisme.
we have some incredible chisme.
So much
Let's be
chisme.
honest, with the people surrounding us, and now the fact that we live in an hotel which has a bunch of international travelers living together month after month, and they always change. There's always a story. Plus, when we travel around here, there's chisme in the towns.
Oh yeah.
So chisme is gonna be
A big part of the show.
a big part of the show because it's fun to talk about chisme. And you know what? A little bit of science, but in Sapiens, they actually analyze what the human talk about, like in all the humans' interaction.
Oh, Sapiens is that book, right?
Yeah, like an anthropology thingy.
Yeah.
And chisme is the main thing that human talks about by an incredible margin.
Really?
So how about him? How's he doing? Is he still with and so, and she didn't want to, and they left, and and that's not his kids. It's like 90% of what we communicate as human is chisme. So let's talk about chisme. We'll remove the person's identity, of
Yes.
course, and there might be some invented parts. Like, we don't know, like, because sometimes that's what chisme is. Like that person said that and that other person denies it. So
Well, especially like living here where we are right now in Icaraí in Brazil, we know that chisme is huge, and not just regular chisme, but like adding to the story. So like these small towns, people just make up stuff.
yeah, and
Like
there's
exaggerate the. It's not one kid; it's 4 kids. It's like
yeah,
that he's.
and that family is against that family because that
Oh my
guy like. Ah, I have an example. Can I tell the story? Yeah, I guess I can. So, we have a massothérapeute. How do you call it in English?
A massage therapist.
Massage
A
therapist.
masseuse.
It's a masseuse. I
Yeah.
didn't want to like. I wasn't sure. Okay, so we have a masseuse. She comes here. She told me that my first kite teacher is her son. Okay, so cool. Yeah, so she's like communicating me that like he's my son
Yeah.
too. Okay, cool. But the thing with him, he's also the son of some French guy in town.
He's like the godson, no?
The legal son.
Yeah,
So-
he adopted him.
Yeah, he adopted him to
Yeah.
get his visa.
Yeah.
So like, it's like I need a visa to stay in Brazil. Okay, what I'm gonna do? Oh, unless you adopt a kid. What about you? Sure, if you give me money, you can be my dad. All right, settle. You're my son. Yeah. So
Aren't they the same age too? Like,
no,
kind of? No.
no, it could theoretically.
much
He
older.
was like a underage. Like
Okay.
it was like legal, but it's not a real father and son relationship, I guess. But I don't know. It might be like it could be surprising. But and anyway, like we like that massage therapist when she came. We were like, oh, thank you so much. Like, we're gonna pay you, and we were satisfied, but also felt a little like white privilege to get like.
Well, it's really cheap, here too.
It's cheaper. I went to Thailand. That's really cheap.
Yeah.
Here it's cheaper. It's like half the price we pay back home, so that's cheap. And we were puzzled because we felt like a little privilege there that she came to our home and it was cheap. Then we went to see a friend that we met on the beach, and she lives on top of her home. So we got to see her home. Her home is the best home that I know of.
It's a beautiful house.
None of my friends or us or anyone that I know have a cooler home than she does. Like she has like such a huge home with like a big entrance that you can park cars, and then you have like a terrace and the huge doors that communicate to a huge kitchen.
And they own a lot of land.
Yeah, it's a family here. They own a posada. It's one of the OG family from Icaraí.
She's kind of a boss lady. Now that I see her and the way that she is, I'm like, I don't want to step on her toes.
But why would we? And
no, she's great too, and she gives the best massages.
Yeah, she's really good. And the other time she finished, and she was like, so tudo bom, sim, tudo bom, obrigado. It was perfect. And then she's like, my friend's selling her land.
Yeah.
So she has some land over there. But
every place that I've been to since being here, like at the gym and stuff too, they're like, my brother, he's selling his land, you could buy it, and I'm like, okay.
We were interested at first because like we like it here, we could have a little project. I just turned off completely. I like this house. This house is nice. It's like it's beautiful. We have a little pool. We have a little barbecue.
But it's not just that. It's the not having the responsibility to take care of the shit that's broken if it breaks.
Plus building everything. There's always problem. The electricity, blah blah blah. Oh, it's 1,000 pesos or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, I love it here. No, let's just rent. Sorry.
Bless you. I was delayed.
The bless you?
Yes.
Delayed by half a millionth of a second. So, second subject that we wrote in our thing is actually an interesting. It's the cultural differences.
Perfect.
So there's cultural differences when we travel from us to them, but there's also cultural differences between the two of us because we both grew up in or near Montreal. Let's say in Montreal, in the Montreal area, to be more precise. But we don't come from the same culture.
Nope. And an example of that was just what happened with the bless you. Yeah. Apparently, Anglos I don't know.
Anglos say bless you.
Anglos say bless you. Like even before you've started the sneeze, like you see it coming, before you can finish the sneeze, the bless you already comes. But
yeah, and as they said in Seinfeld, like George gives like half a second to the husband, but if he passes that time, the bless you's up for grab. But we don't say bless you. Theoretically, if you would say something, it's à vos souhaits. But
sounds too polite. Sounds like you would say that to like a really old person or something.
Well, you would never hear it. Like people just sneeze like they fart or they bark. It's just like, okay.
But you started saying it with me?
Yeah, because I don't want to get in trouble. Now you look at me, you're like, no, bless you. I'm like, cultural difference. Now I have to reprogram my brain that when there's a sneeze, stop what you're thinking about. Stop what you're doing. You have to acknowledge the sneeze.
It's such a reflex. I don't even know.
I will reprogram myself. So, cultural difference is something that we'll talk about. Weird porns.
Weird porn.
Weird porns and funny fields categories.
It's not porns.
It's not porns?
It's porn.
Okay. They porn.
There's no S.
Okay. So porn is invariable. So yeah, like
let's just call it porns.
No.
Weird porns.
So we have a list of, anyway, I'm not going to go through everything, but we have a list of things that we will be talking about, and they're all light and fun. And
if you guys have anything that you want to chat about too, or ideas, things you want to hear about, topics, whatever, please contribute, participate, because we want to interact with you as well. Gab is dying to interact with an audience.
No,
and
but this is
I
good.
would love it too.
This is perfect. Like I have, we have an audience.
We do have an audience.
And I have like a human in front of me. I'm like, oh my
This
God.
is your dream?
I could do that for hours.
Yes, exactly. He can do this for hours. I can't do it for hours. So a lot of the time when there are other people who can like take on that role, it's kind of a relief for
You'll be there relaxing.
Yes. Just,
But this is fun. I like this.
me too.
So there's gonna be so where shall we post our stuff?
Well,
Let
we
me ask you
started
this.
a channel
Yeah,
for Gab Ali.
that's it. And I've been buying channels. I've been cheating with my YouTube channel and buying pre-monetized channel for about close to $100 US. And they're pre-monetized, so it's just easier. You bypass the whole thing of getting to 1,000 subscribers.
Disclaimer, my channel is from scratch, from 0 subscribers.
And now we had a choice. Like, should I take one of the pre-monetized channel? We buy it and then that's it. But you don't want to.
I don't want to. I want to start from scratch. I want to see where it's going to go. Mostly, I also want to test if, like, how quickly it will grow versus your personal channel.
Well, my personal channel, I started with like 1,256 subscribers. It went up by five friends, and then it went down by 1. So one friend just removed the channel. But also, I could see that now having a channel where I post the entire video and the clips, it's like I feed their entire...
It's too much.
It's too much. So we'll be toning down the posting thing. I was looking at Your Mom's House, which is a famous podcast that is one of the inspiration for this. And they post 1 clip per day. That's it. And they have a clip channel. So I'm thinking that 1 clip per day is the... It seems
Like a clip or a whole video?
It's a clip, a 4-minute clip. It's 1 per day. So you can, when you extract the clip, for example, you can set them to be posted on a future date. So 1 per day. But also, like, this is gonna be easy to produce content. I mean, we're together. We just start the camera in the morning, coffee. Like, it's not like it's, oh my God, I'm so tired. It's not like we have to script. Like, we'll go on TikTok and just react to stuff if we want to or whatever. So then there will be a lot of content already, like full-on content. So we don't even need to post that many clips when we have a full thing. But we're not going to post the entire video on, let's say, Instagram. So...
Well, it could still be on YouTube, no?
So the clip?
No, the full...
The full will be on YouTube because that's where... That's the main...
hub.
Yeah, that's the main hub. The other social platform serves as driving traffic to YouTube. That's the way I see it. But, so we will have an Instagram?
I guess so.
Oh my God.
That's new. A joint Instagram
A
account?
joint Instagram. But since we have both our Instagrams, I guess that's acceptable.
Can we get somebody else to run it?
That-
Michelle? You like
I-
Instagram?
Well, actually,
Okay,
yes, good. But actually, I was thinking that we could connect it with Zapier, so we feed.
Okay, hold on. This is where like the geeky, programmy, techie stuff comes in.
Okay,
with
so
the APIs and stuff.
okay,
and
so I will
like-
let me remove any technical term. We will connect it with wires and and wood. So, let's say it's connected. The clip gets fed everywhere automatically. So then we just like feed the clip to TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Let's say that's it. So we just need to, that's like right now what we're doing, that's our job. Sit down, produce content, be interesting, be charming,
I'll try my best to be funny. I don't think I'm funny.
But,
He's funny.
it's like, don't ever say that.
Don't ever say that on camera?
No, it's a joke. It's a comedian joke. Don't say I'm funny, that I'm not funny. Let's say that everybody expects me to be funny.
Well,
Oh my
I
God.
think you are. I'm your girlfriend. I can say if you're funny or not.
Yes, you can. Conan O'Brien was saying, like, he was doing stand-up, like, he was a comedian before doing, like, before
I love
hosting.
Conan.
And then he was telling that for a while on this tour, like, he had a hard time. The audience were like, it wasn't that good. So then he went to listen to the guy who was making the intro. And the guy was saying, like, let me introduce now Conan O'Brien. He went to Harvard. He thinks he's better than all of you. And then, like, everybody's kind of like,
Who's
so
this
you think
douchebag?
you're funny? Funny guy? Oh my God. So we have a bunch of things that we'll be talking about. I love it. And scrolling Reddit, talking about UFC. This is cool stuff. I'm quite
Reviewing
excited.
reaction videos to broken limbs and knockouts.
Yeah, violence, my precious violence.
Those
Oh
are my
God.
favorite parts.
Here, there's a 2-hour shift, so
Yeah.
we're almost Eastern time, but it's 2 hours. So the UFC last fight is at like 2 a.m.
Is that why you were up last night at 3
Yes!
in the morning?
I was waiting for my
Oh
fight.
my
I was like,
God. I went to
looking
the
at all
bathroom at 3 a.m. and you were still awake, like.
Yeah, but then there was the fight, Kevin Holland versus Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. It was Karate Guy against Kung Fu Guy.
Oh my God.
And both, they don't want to...
Don't tell me what happened.
No, I'm not gonna. But both, they don't want to fight on the ground, like what you don't like, grappling
Yeah.
and like wrestling. So it was funny because they both said, like, fuck this, like, we'll just fight on our feet. Like,
Yeah.
they both agreed. So whenever the fight went on the ground, they would just stop,
Really?
could get up,
Oh,
like,
shit.
let's fight on our feet. It was insane. So I'll show it to you. Maybe we can record your reaction. Another thing that want us to do is I want to receive stuff. And
He
then
wants to do unboxing videos when
Yes.
he gets a box and he says, oh, wow, look, I just received the new iPhone.
have you ever
So look at all the features. Blah,
Have you
blah,
ever-
blah. Use my link below.
you never saw me open a box, huh? Did you?
You've never seen me open a box. I've done it
And
before.
I'm like a bear. It's like I'm like Petruk with his food. Where's the stuffy stuff? Aha! So I'm not really. I don't make it last.
I do it in a very animated, funny, fake way.
Ah, that's interesting.
I draw it long.
Because to do a YouTube thingy, you don't need that much technical stuff, but you do need a bit microphones and stands and then phones, and then you try and you upload and then you learn stuff. So we need equipment. And then what I noticed is also we get equipment, and then when we leave to go to a place like, let's say, here or Colombia, the stuff slowly breaks and we lose it, and then we're lacking some stuff. So we need a stuff buffer. Now-
Backup.
yeah, because now we have tape on everything. Like, we're plugging our stuff. There's a plugging rotation to get, like, we need a bit more stuff. So we could get the stuff, unbox the stuff. And I like when you order the stuff. Yes. So I'm like, what's that box?
It's a surprise.
It's
every
a
time.
surprise. Oh my God. Working together as a couple. Oh my God.
There's a lot to unpack there.
Really? I could
Yeah.
sum it up in a sentence.
Of course you can. What would that be?
I manage the persons.
That's a whole video itself.
Because we fight all the time, if not.
We have two very different managing styles.
Yeah, plus you're, like, whatever my managing style is, you're a mama bear. So you're like conflicting between being a mama bear to me
I
and
am.
like, so then just be a mama bear to me and I'll be
Aw.
I'll be a papa bear to everybody. Oh my God. This is, like, we have quite a
It's an ongoing list.
yeah, but
Also, we want to invite friends.
so I want you to tell me a story. I know the story. I want you to tell them a story.
What's the story?
Yesterday, we fed Petruk.
Oh.
So who's Petruk and what did you see? Describe me.
Okay, so context. When it comes to animals, I always grew up with animals. So I've had pets. In my adult years, not so much because there's such a big responsibility and I love to move around. So having a dog in Canada is tough because it's just a lot of work. You can't travel a lot. Yada, yada, yada. Gab has never grown up with an animal. Actually, no, that's not true. You had cats, but
Very
they
rarely and
didn't
very
really count.
like. Yeah.
And it's not that he's a very empathetic person. But with animals, it's not like you dislike them. You're just like, meh, oh, it's a dog. Meh, whatever. But in Brazil, our perception of animals has changed so much because the animals in the little village that we live in are like a little community. They all have their names. Everyone knows them. They're all loose street dogs. Some are owned by people, some are not, and it's just like it's a whole community and they all have personalities and it's just so fun to get to know them all. And Petruk, who is lying behind us right now, is this cute black dog who chose us as his temporary family. And mostly because we feed him, and we feed him really well now. I order like the good meat from the supermarket and he's just always here. And not only that, but he walks with us every time we leave. He walks with us on the beach wherever we're going. When we come home at night, he just like appears out of nowhere and he's like, hey guys, you're home? And he like comes home with us. What other cute things does he do before the
We met by accident on the beach.
We met by accident on the beach.
He was like, oh, it's you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, I can't believe it's you. And that's where he started the...
Yeah, he gives love bites a lot because he can't control himself.
Yeah, he's like, this is too much love. I have to bite you now.
And he protects our house. It's just the sweetest relationship. And also, I think the relationship that you've developed with him is so sweet. To see you with an animal and to have, like, for you to care for him and want to give him water and food and spend time with him. It's just the friggin' cutest. My heart just literally melts. And yesterday he did the cutest thing. And it's just, he does a lot of other interesting things with dog behavior that I've never really seen. I mean, I know,
he lives on the street, so it's like an interesting dog.
Yeah, I'm used to domesticated
yeah.
dogs back home. So
they're basically humans.
that can like never go out without a leash. And so yesterday it was the friggin' cutest. I gave him his meat and usually he eats it right away, but he put it in his mouth and then he walked away and I was like, that's weird. And then he did it again and I followed him and he went just outside our house and he was digging a little hole in the sand. And then he put his meat in, like in private, you know, no one was around. And then he pushed the sand in. Yeah, we're talking about you. And then he pushed the sand over it with his nose and he buried it. And then he did it again with another piece. And I don't know why, it made me fall in love with him even more.
Because you saw him with his nose.
Oh, it was so cute. And then he came back and he had sand all over his face.
To fill the hole he just made. Oh my God.
It was so cute.
And now he has like, so there's 2 hiding spots outside the fence. If he's stuck outside the fence one day, and there's 1 hiding spot inside the fence if he's stuck inside the fence.
And we're not here.
So that was like a interesting planning behavior.
He's so smart.
I have enough resources for today. I will plan resources for tomorrow. And you know what else do that? Humans.
Yeah. And you know what else? Is that we've noticed over time there are certain routes, like neighborhood routes that he avoids, that he doesn't take. So when we walk on the beach together, there is a limit. There's a point where he stops following us because it's like he's not allowed to move into the other territory because there are other dogs that are there. And even coming home where we are, you know, and at the entrance of our place, you can either walk, you know, there's 2 roads. You can walk this way or you can walk that way. And one of the ways he always follows us and the other way he doesn't. So he'll walk us out And then he'll just, if he knows we're going that way, he'll sit and just watch us walk, but he'll never follow us because he doesn't like to walk on that street. And if we walk, he did it one time where we're walking home and we took that street. So he took a shortcut and met us at the house instead of walking the way that we come home, which is just fascinating.
It's well, that has to do with the, like there's two village here. There's the village for humans and there's the village for dogs, and they have like their rules too, and they're
It's
like
cool.
yeah, the road that they can take and whatever. Like now we can see that right here, down that street. Because for us, we need to do all these detours, but
Yeah.
I saw him and he goes
Oh,
right
yeah, he
through the
cuts right
fence.
through.
Yeah. So right there, he goes to Casa Jean-Jean, and that's the spot on the beach.
Yeah.
He felt comfortable there. It's a kite spot, like, and that's his spot. And he was peeing on the furniture. That's like where, when we walked on the beach, I'm like, I don't pee on people's stuff. Like,
Peed on your bag. But now I know why, because he was claiming you as his maître, as his master.
yeah, but that's like unacceptable behavior. But he never does it here, so it's like if
Yeah,
he started to pee like on the furniture here, like no way Silvio would have allowed him inside.
Well, they told us, Marie told us too, that dogs, where they live, they don't pee or shit.
Sorry.
Bless you.
Yeah. But yeah, like that's interesting. Like it's an interesting thing because now I like for sure he's young.
You think he's young?
I think he's young. He looks like young and healthy. We'll be back here. Oh my God, when he'll see us.
I know, but he's not going to understand when we're not here anymore. Or maybe he will. But he's going to be so sad. Silvio said he's going to be really sad when we leave.
Yes, probably. But you know what I think? It's a nomad place here. People come and go all the
Yeah.
time. It's not his
He's
first
used to it.
rodeo. He's like, they went
Well,
to an adventure.
I'd like to think that we're the people that he's connected most with. So I'm
I
gonna sit
think
on
so,
that.
yes. Like he stays within 1 meter of our vicinity. Oh my God! But we can still send some money to Silvio or
Yeah.
Marian Cicero to feed him the good meat.
Yeah.
If he like, we can ask for pictures, and if he starts to be skinny, and we'll send money to like get more the good
Yes,
stuff,
please.
the good croquette that he likes, and the good meat that he likes. Oh my God! So we're gonna talk about all this stuff. Do you wanna have? First of all, like
What?
English. But what about French? Are we gonna talk other languages?
Yeah, so we were also brainstorming to do it in different languages, which I think is a great idea because I'm an Anglophone, you're a Francophone. I think it's just a great way to... We?
Oui.
We what?
Ah, oui, je suis un francophone. Oh,
We. Yes, we. So I think it's a great idea to combine both of our cultures and, we're both bilingual and we want to reach different types of audiences, and
Oui.
we. And so it's not just English and French though, but Spanish also, because we have been learning Spanish over the last 2 years, and
Yes.
I think we speak quite well, and we both love learning languages. We have different techniques of learning languages,
Yes.
but it's just such a great way to practice and learn and
Yeah.
connect with different people, and we're citizens of the world. So
There you go.
if I could have it my way and speak every language of the world, I would. I mean, I could, but
I am gonna stop after
Portuguese.
No, I'm not gonna stop, but I will start to like slow the amount of languages that I learn. I still want to always learn a new language, but I would like the languages that I speak to really speak them.
Yeah.
And so I can't clog my brain too much with too many languages, but it's so good for your brain health.
I agree, and that's why I think doing it in Spanish is going to really help us like solidify the.
Yes, but I'd like to, like, I don't know how we could reach Portuguese, but if we can start talking in Portuguese, because when we never do it, but when we speak in Spanish, it's good practice.
Yeah.
Now it will force us a bit because let's produce content in Spanish, so that's great. If we can reach Portuguese, I can now see that most people here, they understand Spanish. So if you speak Portuguese first, you will unlock Spanish. There's these, like, there has to be a language that if you speak will unlock German, for example. And so if we can practice our Portuguese and start speaking Portuguese, but for now that's not very realistic.
Not for Portuguese.
Not for Portuguese, but if we had a third person here, and then we could maybe try. Spanish, I think it's kind of realistic, especially let's say Pamela's there, so we can like talk and then ask languages or just
and our audience
Google
too
Translate.
can help us out.
Yeah, like that's it.
Help us learn Spanish.
Plus, my English got better since the last 2 years.
My French too.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if my French, like when I say it got better, I think it's in reference to more the Quebec slang.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of people have told me back at the auberge that I speak a lot more French and I sound more Québécois.
There you go. You're one of us.
Yeah.
But let's be frank. You were always one of us. You just didn't know. You were like, Québécois, not my culture. I'm a Canadian.
I'm a Montrealer. I'm a Montrealaise.
But not anymore. Look where you are. We're going back to Montreal. You're like,
I'm a citizen of the world.
ah, there you go.
That's what I am.
So,
I am nor this nor that.
4 language. And I vote we just create 4 playlists on the same channel. Simple for now.
In terms of language, English, French, Spanish.
That's it.
What's the 4th one?
Oh, okay. It was Portuguese. So yeah, 3 playlists.
What about Italian?
I am down to it. I'm down.
I mean, you might as well learn all the Romance languages. I think after that it's Romanian. What are the rest of the Romance languages?
I will not start a podcast in Romanian though. Have you seen the size of the market? That I'm not that interested.
Well, if ever we travel there one day, we'll be able to get around.
Yes, but
And Romanian
I
women
traveled
are very
to.
Beautiful.
Yes, that would be fun though. But I'm sure that we can speak English to them. But Italian, like, we agree that if there's a 4th language, it would be Portuguese.
Well, especially because we plan on spending more time here.
Then if there's a 5th, I agree Italian, because you already speak it, and I can already like understand it. So, but then if we speak Spanish, Portuguese, and Italian, oh my God, our brain will be so like, and we'll speak a weird language, but we'll for sure speak a weird language anyway.
But
because
that's the thing. Portuguese also unlocks the gates to Italian and Spanish.
yeah, they're all like, but then it becomes a different registry, because already in Portuguese I can see that, let's say when I learned English it was a different word and you learned a new word. So you just learn new words all the time, and then sometimes it's the same. But in my brain it's all new words, so you have to think in a different thing. When I speak Portuguese, it's like the registry, the way that my brain learned it is, when is it a different word? So it's, I will speak Spanish, but it's like, that's a different word, that's a different pronunciation, that's almost the same word. It's always almost the same. So, but when people hear, they're so like, oh my God. People in Brazil are crazy about languages, I must say. Nobody speaks English, first of all. Nobody learned English,
Well,
they don't like it.
nobody where we are. I mean, in the bigger cities like Rio and Sao Paulo, and they speak English.
So, look at anything online. It's like most people interacting will learn a new language. Brazilian will never do it. So look at UFC fighters. They all learn English. There's some guy from Poland, some guy from Russia. They all end up learning language. Whenever it's a UFC fighter, you know, like they're bringing this guy. It's like the Portuguese, Spanish guy. And he's this. And so they translate the question. The guy's not even answering. Like, he doesn't even understand the question. It's always the same question. What's next for you? Who would you like to fight? He's like looking at the guy. What the fuck he said? They don't want to learn. Like, look at Sylvia. Learn German for a year. They don't like English, and they think Portuguese is the shit. Like
Well,
that's the language.
I know, but if you look at the statistics that you were pulling up a few
Yeah.
days ago in terms of just YouTube, I think the most widely uh, the market in terms of the hierarchy of languages, Portuguese is like what the
Right.
second or third most
So-
widely spoken. So
So the thing is, that creates the fact that they have their own culture.
yeah,
Like their culture is never gonna die because it's too strong. Because they don't want to learn another language and they don't want to have another culture like interacting with their culture. So they have everything in Portuguese, like on YouTube. All the stuff like how to open a key lock, like in Quebec, we just look at the English video. We don't have a French.
yeah,
Like even France, they don't have a French version of most of the tutorials that is online. Portuguese, they all have a Portuguese version, and it also makes the people who work online, they make money with Brazil keywords and stuff because there's such a big market. And it's also funny because let's say you look at the locuteur in French, the number of people who speaks a language, like
Hola.
tout d'abord. So you look at the people who speaks and let's say English. I don't remember the exact, but it was, let's say 1 billion people speak English, and it was like about half speak it like like their first language, and then about half speak it as a second language. And you look at Portuguese is like on the top 5. You know, look at the number of people who speak Portuguese. It's like 215 million. They all like it's 10 million that speaks it as a second language. They'll speak it
Wow.
as a first language. So it's like its own thing. They have their own culture. They don't want to be called Latino. They don't want to but it creates like there's advantages to that. It's cool that they have their own culture, their own songs, their own everything.
Yeah.
Like that's cool. Their own YouTube world, and I'd like to be part of that. But I must say that when we travel in town, and I'm trying to speak Portuguese to them, but you can see that I'm trying, and I speak Spanish, and they're like, I'm trying to get you to tell me the fucking word in Portuguese. Can't you help me? They're like, ah. It's like with the guy yesterday.
What's password?
What's password? Como se dice? Like, contraseña? Like, help me here. He was like,
I think that was just a misunderstanding.
no, but it's like happened to be. But
Yeah.
at some point, like, I have my tricks to be like, you be slow and charming, and you're like, I'm trying to learn Portuguese. Can you help me? And they always understand that. And then it's like, help me translate the fucking word. And then I was saying contraseña, and you remember the word?
Senya.
Seña.
Yeah.
Come on. It's almost the same. Oh my God, that's funny. But I'd like that the next time that we come here, there you go. That would be a good milestone. We could start like the Portuguese podcast
Well, you
with a third person.
already
helping
know
us.
that I will continue to take my lessons.
Yay. And then we can
So I'll
die
be
with.
better than you.
Yes, you will win. But a few days and I'll be good. If we practice, like, that's it. If we practice. Here we have not practiced that much because nobody speaks English, so that's good to practice. But we've been chilling with
Our French
our
friends.
friends, and
Yeah.
it's French and in English, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to have a guest? I want to have guests.
I want to have guests too.
And I want to have guests and, like, not only coffee. Like, coffee's fine, like, coffee guests.
Let's
but
share a meal.
Yeah, like meals and wine. And
Let's do wine.
yeah, and weed and talk shit at night. Like I wanna, because right now we've been like recorded by not we, also we, in the sense that like it was always in the morning
Yeah.
for us.
Not for Kishel.
Yeah,
He's about to
she's
go to bed
dying.
soon.
Like, oh my God, I'm so tired. Ay. But for her in the morning and for us at night, that would be a
Yeah.
change. Like, oh my God. So yeah, let's and you can cook. And
Yeah,
then
we're
it
gonna
becomes
do
a
my live-
merge. Yeah.
I wanted to do that when I first started my channel. I wanted to do like a live dinner date sort of thing with wine and cooking and just chilling and talking. And
Yeah.
Now we could do that together.
Yay.
And with you guys.
Yeah. With you guys, the phone looking at us right now. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, like those are all topics that we'll bring up when we are recording it. But that's basically what we have in mind. Huh?
Let us know what you think. You know, are you interested? Are you not interested? What do you want to see?
I would like everyone to follow us from your channel. We could reach 1,000 subscribers pretty fast, and then we can go live and unlock the monetization features. What?
We'll see. We'll see how long that takes.
Well,
I think it'll be pretty quick.
now we'll have a playlist on your channel and my channel from the third channel, our channel together. And we'll see when they come to the home page, they will see it. Now, you have how many views per day on average?
5,000.
5,000. I have 10. So I will bring, let's say we bring 1% of that.
Okay.
Okay, so I will bring 1 people per month. Can you please bring the rest? Let's end it.
Okay.
Okay, let's end it. All right, guys, it was fun. Like, leave us a comment, like, subscribe, whatever. Like,
Yeah, give us
just,
some feedback.
yeah,
you know,
feedback
share your
and
comments,
yeah,
whatever.
or whatever. Check our shit. We'll try to improve. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.